Hey guys, this is Xander with LOLS, and I'm going to bring you a Sabetha walkthrough. This has a lot of stuff to cover, so I'm going to put some text up on the screen while it's kind of dry. But we got to talk about a few things, and the first thing is going to be the flame wall, which is going to happen every 30 seconds and goes in a counterclockwise rotation. And the timed bomb is a mechanic where there's a large orange circle around a player and it cannot touch anyone else. The heavy bomb can only happen during champ phases, and the bomb must be thrown. The heavy bomb you have to kick off the platform. The champions that spawn at certain percentages of our health are Kernan, Knuckles, and Card. We'll explain more about each one of these mechanics later down the road, but that's what I'm talking about when I say these terms. So Kernan has devastating shotgun blasts, and Knuckles launches foes. Kernan does a 3-part shotgun blast. There's a small one, a large one, and a very large one. And then Knuckles will launch with a break bar. You have to break his break bar, or else people will get knocked off the platform. Card uses massive flamethrower attacks and spawns flame turrets. The flame turrets need to be nerfed down by Ellie's, and the flamethrower attack needs to be avoided at all costs. So here we go with the actual footage, and here you can see that you need to stack. What we do is we put markers a little bit clockwise of south and a little bit clockwise of north. And so to start the fight, we stack on the triangle, because if everyone stacks in line with that triangle, range can be farther back, but they have to be in line with the triangle. If you stack there, the flame wall will spawn directly in line with all the mobs, or all the people, and then you are in the perfect position to throw a bomb south. See, there's a flame wall. Now there it passed south, and now you see that green circle that just ran by? That's the south cannon getting ready to throw. And you need to have your special action key bound for that. Keep that in mind. And it gives you a little AoE target that you get to place. And now see that orange circle that just went across the screen forward? That's the time bomb. It must be out of there. And the way you deal with that is melee players, especially one person is designated at least. All melee need to know how to handle that. But at the first part of the fight, when there's only one time bomb, they definitely need to be ready to get out of there. And they have to be. She puts that bomb on the closest person. So that's why it's good to have the PS Warrior or something. So here, I'm on cannon duty, and I just got thrown to the west cannon. The order is southwest, northeast, and then it's south, north, west, east. So when you get launched, you have to go over here and destroy the cannon. And you get launched by having a player throw a green bomb on you, and you have to be on that pad on the edge there that I was standing on before I got launched, and you need to have the mastery, black powder mastery. So now, I'm getting ready to throw north. There I throw north. You can see that green circle that I spawned and had to throw with the special action key. And now we're stacking on star temporarily until about now. We should be moving pretty soon. There I kicked a heavy bomb off the platform. So the platform can take damage. That's something else I need to go into. The platform can take damage, and the heavy bombs and the cannons hurt it tremendously. So if you can kick heavy bombs, the cannons will never do enough damage. So as long as you keep heavy bombs down, you're good. There's another flame wall, and if you see those triangular-shaped telegraphs, that's Kernan blasting. And now here, Kernan is almost dead, and that flame wall usually happens while Kernan's still alive. So now we're using an overlay called Guild Wars 2 Taco, by the way, and that's where you see that south cannon in X amount of seconds showing up. That is very helpful. Not everybody needs it, but it's very helpful if everyone has it, and definitely the person calling should use that. So now there you see someone with a green circle. They just threw it to south. South is launched and taking out the cannons. And there's another time bomb going away there. And there's arsonists that spawned. You see those flamethrowers happening? It's good to have a chronomancer that pulls them in order to get them nerfed down from AoE. And now in a situation like this is one of our first kills that we have recorded here. And in a situation like that where south cannons are going off, you want to rotate over to the opposite side. So instead of stacking on triangle there, we would have stacked on star. And then when north gets thrown, you stay on star until north gets thrown. So north at that point had been thrown, so now that's why we're stacking over on triangle. And you continue like this for a while until the next champion. And that next champion will be Knuckles. And what happens is Knuckles really does no immediate threat things you have to look out for, but the main thing you have to worry about is when he gets a break bar. If you do not break it within a certain amount of time, it will throw everybody on the platform up into the air and knock them backwards. And most people won't get thrown off, but your healer will, because your healer if you haven't noticed, it needs to stand on the outside of the platform, like really close to the edge, so that all the flak napalm stuff that Sabetha does lands out there. You see those orangish red flaming piles on the ground there? That's from me when I was going for my cannon. Well, the healer kites it around. You can see it over there now to the right of the raid. Now there, I just threw a bomb to get cannon up in the air. But yeah, so the healer needs to definitely be in the position where the flak ends up near them, and they just kind of kite that while healing. The healer has a pretty hard job on this. Now, if there is no cannon that is an immediate, need for being thrown, you can throw your bomb at Sabetha. Now here we've got a flame wall up again, so I just kind of moved that way. And now we're getting ready to throw south. You see that green bomb, it needs to get there, and they have thrown, and south is up, so they're going to take out south cannon. Now again, in this situation, we should be stacking on star, but again, this is one of our first runs, and we're still trying to figure things out. So this is kind of a what not to do at this point. Here I'm being thrown to west, and this whole time I'm calling out throw west, and now they've thrown me up.
That's how I do it.
So now we should be having Card spawn pretty soon, and what Card is going to do this massive flamethrower attack, and that is really bad because it hurts especially the Tempests tremendously. Now if you just notice, there was 2 of those orange bombs, the timed bombs. That's what I was saying, why all melee roles need to understand how to deal with those bombs, because later it can pretty much end up on anyone. There's the flamethrower attack from Card that you can see there, and then soon you should see a flamethrower turret up. There's a flamethrower turret off to the right of my screen. You see that starburst pattern of flaming balls, basically, fireballs. You need to have an elementalist or some similar range class nuke those down. Those only occur during Card's phase, by the way. So the faster you kill Card, the better, but you need to keep those down, because if those are there when Sabetha comes back, it's very painful, because in the final phase, after Card is dead and Sabetha is returned, which is right now, Sabetha has returned and Card's still kind of alive. You see those orange circles there? The ceiling is going to fall if you stand in those circles long enough, and you'll get knocked down and take a decent amount of damage. And you still have the 2 bombs going on, you still have flame walls, you still have to throw people. It gets pretty wild at this phase. And now see, we were doing a bad job at cleaning up that turret over there. It's been up for a while. And now see, that's something you don't want to have happen. And I just got downed by a bomb because I dodged into it. The biggest thing about this fight is just remaining calm. There's a flame wall, and I'm about to get thrown before the flame wall comes around. If you do end up doing this on a Connie Necro, once you get it to about 30 stacks of bleeds, you're pretty much good to jump off the platform. Around 33% of the cannon's health, and you've got 30 stacks of bleeds, you should be able to jump off the platform and it'll kill it for sure. At this phase, it gets really brutal. You need to have a lot of healing, and like if you're a Necro, you need to be hopping into Death Shroud pretty frequently, or a Reaper Shroud. And then you just, again, you gotta be aware. You can't be standing in something you shouldn't be. And you also have to make sure that you've got somebody calling out the cannons, because it is a very crucial part. in this last phase, it's not super important if you miss a cannon. You just got to make sure it just limits the space you can move in, which can be a little detrimental, but not the end of the world. And that's pretty much it, guys. If you have any questions, let me know. But I'm pretty sure I covered all the bases for this fight. And I hope you have very good luck on this fight. See you next time.